From the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's the Major Arena Soccer League tonight, the Wave hosting the Kansas City Comets. And a pleasant good evening, everyone, wherever you may be tuning in. Tom Wynn along with the Wave legend, Hall of Famer Art Kramer, as we bring you all the play-by-play action from tonight's game. Well, Art, it's all on the line as far as the Central Division is concerned tonight. The Milwaukee Wave at 12-6, winners of 8 of the last 9, trying to see if they can defeat the Kansas City Comets, the number 1 team in the Central Division, at 14-4, winners of their last 9, including a 12-4 win last night in KC against the Harrisburg Heat. So the two hottest teams in the league going at it here. Wave needs a victory to clinch a playoff spot, and a victory here tonight would also put them in position to possibly win the division title.
Yeah, and you said it, the two hottest teams in the Major Arena Soccer League. And for the Wave, it's been Josh Lemos in goal. Has been just a standout this year. Quite surprising to me, quite honestly. It's been, I don't think anybody expected him to come in and play that well. And then Max Ferdinand and Ian Bennett offensively has been two of the best players in the league. So the Wave has got it rolling, absolutely.
The Wave's IBM scoring processor, Ian Bennett and Max Ferdinand, two of the top 6 scorers in the league. Ian, in fact, tied for the league leading goal scored with 49 and second in points with 60. You mentioned Lemos having a great first season for the Milwaukee Wave. His counterpart, Stephen Patterson, for the Kansas City Comets. This is actually his 3rd year, but his first that he's seen any significant playing time, and he has played tremendously for the Comets as well.
He has. The Comets come in tonight, Tom, with only 13 players dressed. And so I talked to their coach, Goran, before the game, and Leo Gibson's out tonight. Patterson's going to have to play well in goal, no question about it. But for Goran, he said, taking precautionary measures with Gibson. They're right there. They're right there to win the division, but they still haven't done so yet. And tonight would do that with a victory over the Wave. But certainly the Wave has the advantage tonight with Kansas City haven't played, and then Gibson being out.
Wave coming off a big win, an 8-2 conquest of the Cedar Rapids Rampage this past Sunday. So Milwaukee more well-rested. But, of course, anytime these two teams play, Art, it's always a battle. KC defeated Milwaukee in the season opener 11-4 down in Kansas City. The Wave coming back to defeat them in Milwaukee's home opener 6-5 a couple of weeks later. So, as per usual, usually these games go right down to the wire.
And this is the tiebreaker right here. Both teams have won one game. This is going to be a great one.
Stay with us, fans. We've got more to come. This should be a good one between the Wave and the Comets. This is Wave Soccer. From the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena in beautiful downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's the Major Arena Soccer League, the Milwaukee Wave, hosting the Kansas City Comets. And once again, a pleasant good evening to everyone you may be tuning us in. The city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee County, the United States of America, the North American continent, the Northern Hemisphere, the Southern Hemisphere, the planet Earth, the solar system, the International Space Station, or worlds beyond. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer. And AK, we got a good one here tonight. Comets and the Wave in their final regular season meeting, and still with the Central Division title potentially on the line here.
All those places you mentioned, Tom, and I got to say, it's after 8 o'clock. I'm getting old. I'm not sure, Tom, if after 10 o'clock I'm even going to know where I'm at. But you're right. Here with you tonight, this is going to be a dandy. The two hottest teams in the Major Arena Soccer League ready to square off.
The game was originally listed as a 7:35 p.m. Central Time start. We had a bit of delay. They had a basketball game here this afternoon between UW-Milwaukee and UW Green Bay. And had to make the transition between basketball and now indoor soccer. So it took them a little longer to get the field down, but looking pretty good. Fans are here. They are pumped up. And again, we should have a good one here tonight in the 3rd and final meeting between these long-time Central Division rivals. The Comets come in at 14-4, winners of 9 straight. 7-2 at home after their victory over the Harrisburg Heat on their home pitch at the Independent Events Center last night by the score 12-4. Comets also 7-2 on the road. The Milwaukee Wave, meanwhile, with a record of 12-6, winners of 8 of their last 9. And the Wave with a 7-1 mark here at the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena, which includes a 6-5 victory over the Comets in their home opener back in November. That was a couple of weeks after Kansas City had dismantled the Wave. Really, the only blowout loss the Wave has had this year, Art, was on opening night in Kansas City when the Comets defeated them 11-4. But certainly the Wave is a vastly improved team since that time. No question that their third-year coach, Giuliano Oliviero, who took over for the legendary Keith Tozer, should definitely merit some Coach of the Year consideration, as should first-year Kansas City coach Goran Gradza.
No question about it. That's a great point. And who would have thought at this stage of the season, based upon what happened early in the season, that we'd be talking about Giuliano as a potential MASL Coach of the Year, but he's got to be right in the mix for that award. As you said, Goran, another guy, Tom, early in the season that Kansas City was struggling, people were talking about, well, not sure they're going to play as well under Goran as they did for Vladko, and maybe it's Goran who's the problem. And you know, I told you at the time, I said this is a team that relies on their transition, both offensively and defensively. It doesn't matter whether it's Vladko Andonovski or Coach Goran or whoever, you, me, whoever's coaching Kansas City, they will run in transition and do it effectively. And when they got veteran players like Vahid Asapor, Brian Harris, Leo Gibson, the Palmers, they're going to continue to do what they've done for years and years, and that's win games in the Major Arena Soccer League.
And don't look now, Art, but if the Wave wins tonight, they clinch a playoff spot. And who else but the redoubtable Kansas City Comets would be first on the list. Since the Comets rejoined indoor soccer as a rival of the Wave in the 10-11 season, Milwaukee has faced Kansas City in every single postseason since then.
The fans of the Kansas City Comets and the Milwaukee Wave understand the battles, and these games have been just unbelievable. Some of the playoff games, remember the goal Kansas City scored with 6 seconds left, and then in the mini game was another one like that. I mean, been some great battles between these two teams.
No question about it. And now we are preparing for our national from the UWMP Arena. Again, a nice crowd gathered here tonight. They are anxious to see some soccer.
A little buzz in this crowd, Tom, with a late start time. I think a few of these fans are a little buzzed as well about this match.
Maybe an extra beverage or two for some of the fans before tonight's game started?
I have to think so.
And so just about set to go with the start of tonight's contest between the Milwaukee Wave and the Kansas City Comets. Kansas City, as we mentioned, a 12-4 victory at home last night against the Harrisburg Heat. Wave has been off since their 8-2 victory this past Sunday against the Cedar Rapids Rampage. And KC taking a bit of a hit physically, Art, from that game last night
Brian Perez scored a couple of goals for the Comets and is normally quite a wave killer. He is out after getting banged up in last night's game. Leo Gibson missing last night's game with an ongoing concussion problem. He is not here. In fact, the Comets only traveling with a total of 13 players. So a little bit shorthanded, but again, as you mentioned, the rest of that group, Asadpour, Sosa, Rodriguez, Harris, the Palmers, and goalkeeper Stephen Patterson, they certainly have more than enough to win if the Wave is not on top of its game tonight.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Gorin before the game. He said with Leo Gibson, potential concussion, and he wanted to be very cautious with Leo, obviously, as the playoffs get close. He's a huge part of their success. But a big benefit for the Wave with Leo Gibson not in the lineup tonight.
Wave relatively healthy, although rookie forward Robert Renault apparently nursing a bit of an ankle injury, suffered against Cedar Rapids last Sunday. Robert's a bit questionable coming into this game, but he is dressed and ready to go tonight. He's also one of 3 members of the Wave that is part of the Canadian beach soccer contingent that is heading to the Bahamas tomorrow for the CONCACAF beach soccer qualifying tournament. So actually Robert will not be going because of that injury. He does not want to get injured beyond playing tonight's game.
Not necessarily a smart move to be playing beach soccer when you got playoffs coming up.
But
I mean, they don't wear shoes when they're out on a beach playing soccer. Interesting story, Tim. I was doing a game the U.S. was playing, and at the time it was Roy Wegerle, who was a national team player for the U.S., and Roy ended up getting hurt in that tournament, and he said to me, Art, would you please not mention anything on air because my national team status could be in jeopardy with me getting hurt playing beach soccer. And at the time, I had only been broadcasting for a year or two. I said, Roy, absolutely, I won't mention it. Well, the producer, George Veras at the time, said, hey, young man, this is your job. You have to say that Roy Wegerle is hurt. And I was in a situation where, do I mention Roy Wegerle was hurt, or do I not? Because I gave my word to Roy Wegerle, I wouldn't mention anything. And at the end of the day, the money, I was getting paid, won out over Roy Wegerle.
I was going to say, usually money wins out depending
Absolutely.
What the situation is.
You got to do your job no matter what the players think at times.
Comets kicking off. They move it right to left as we look at the action. There's their goalkeeper, Stephen Patterson, the third-year veteran out of Western Illinois, although, as we talked about in the pregame, really his first year as a regular keeper. He's played virtually every minute in the nets for the Comets this year after backing up Boris Pardo last year. He played one game last year for the Comets.
And interesting, Tom, Kansas City going to drop off all the way into their own zone and try to really make this field compact defensively.
Ferdinand with a nice move, drives one wide, far post. Ian Bennett follows. Didn't get much on it. Matos able to dig it out initially. And here come the Comets. That is Gerardo Pino, a rookie out of UMKC, originally from Mexico, and laid it off on the far wing shot up in the stands. Right off the bat, we see Gerardo Pino. He's got some pretty decent speed.
Well, this is the way Kansas City plays. They rely on transition, and that time in transition, they just beat the Wave down the field and had a 3-on-2 opportunity.
Now Robert Palmer intercepts the outlet pass of Josh Lemos, takes a long shot, but Lemos there to make the save. Josh having a tremendous first season in the nets for the Milwaukee Wave. Comes in with a record of 10-2, a 4.85 goals against average, and a 71.6% save percentage. There's Andre Hain trying to work his way out of the corner, and going to get called for the foul. Rich Grady making the call. It's Rich Grady and Brian Miller, the officials, as assigned by the Major Arena Soccer League working tonight's game. Talking about goalkeeper stats, Stephen Patterson, 14-3 for the Comets, 4.55 goals against average, and a 70.4 save percentage. So both keepers in the top 5 as far as goals against and save percentage in the league. And certainly both have anchored the strong defenses of these teams have featured at times this year.
And the style Kansas City has chosen to come out with tonight lends itself to a low-scoring game tonight. As not only are they compact in their own zone, but they're an experienced team in indoor soccer. They're going to be able to execute this very well.
Lemos looking for Eder Nelson. Nelson, the rookie out of Costa Rica. Been hampered a bit with a leg injury this year, but good to see Eder back in the lineup. He definitely gives some added speed to the Wave. There's Drew Ruggles with it right there. Drew, the second-year man out of Georgia Southern, lays it off for Hans Dennison, the second-year indoor pro from the Netherlands. Lemos under pressure, knock it long, looking for Marcio Liete, and we're going to have a foul on Marcio as he was in a collision with the defender down now. It's
Lucas Rodriguez there. Marcio came up high with the foot in that initial challenge.
Marcio just getting back on the field after missing the first 17 games due to injury. Had a leg injury that kept him out that time, and his arrival very timely as you see him help Rodriguez up on the play, because Wave lost their forward midfielder Sean Tosh to Louisville of the United Soccer League last week. Sean inking a deal with Louisville, and so Marcio's reemergence very timely for the Wave. Marcio scoring a goal on a penalty kick last week.
The Wave targets are going to be very important here tonight, Tom, to establish position down low, be strong on the ball. They're going to need to spin away from those double teams. Watch how fast Kansas City comes with the double team once the Wave target players get the ball.
Bennett trying to dig it out far side now. Dennison getting through, but Patterson slides out to clear it away.
Andre Hain, Max Ferdinand, Marcio Leite are going to need to be sharp tonight up top for the Wave.
Here's Ruggles. Feeds it to Ferdinand. Max, the league's leading playmaker with 28 assists so far this year. Total of 44 points on the season for Max. He is second on the Wave team, sixth in the league in scoring. Now on the far side, Robert Palmer had a steal coming in. Good hustle back by Matos and Ferdinand to take it away. Daniel Matos, the third-year indoor veteran, first year with the Wave. And a nice tackle there by Matos to get it back.
You saw that recovery run by Max Ferdinand after Lemos had given the ball away. And that's been one of the big keys for the Wave this season, has been their team speed. We've seen it all year long. They give away possession, and then they're able to recover because of that great pure speed.
Significantly improved team speed this year for the Wave. Ball stays in play now. Vandergriff with a back heel. Ferdinand over to Matos with a shot. Save made. Patterson. Rebound Bennett. Drives it wide.
Well, Matos would have liked to have done a little bit more with that one. He had it on his left foot, and he just didn't get enough on it.
Now the Wave gets it back. Kansas City recovers as Bennett tries to work it near wall. And will set it up for Daniel Chamale. Chamale, along with Bennett, heading out to the Bahamas to join the Canadian beach soccer team. U.S. team is already down there. Wave has nobody on that team. A few of the San Diego Sockers on that team, including their goalkeeper, Chris Toth. Hain tries to send it around the board, but Patterson is there to get it.
Hain did well to spin away from the double team that time, but he just didn't have a good angle to play that ball off the boards.
Patterson far side. He's not afraid to come forward with it if he has to.
It's going to be a chess match tonight, Tom. 5 goals probably wins this game.
Kansas City comes in averaging 7-1, giving up 4.5. Wave averaging 6-9, giving up 5.2. One thing that we will see is that Milwaukee, if they get on the power play, has been very successful this year. Second best in the league at 68%, and by far leading the league in power play goals with 28, including Ian Bennett, who has 14 of them. Bennett has more power play goals than half the league, so that'll be a key. But Kansas City has been a pretty good penalty killing team. They're killing them off at 77%. Still looking for our first goal tonight here, almost midway through the first period. Good defense there by Vandergriff. So cut off Ramon Palmer.
Vandegrift has developed into one of the premier defensive players in the MASL.
And Ramon Palmer with a shot. Save made by Lemos. Chamali there to clear. Sosa will settle for Kansas City. Ramon Palmer with 3 goals last night for KC. He has definitely come on as of late for the Comets. Part of this core group of about 10 Comets who have been here for at least 5 years together. As you said, Art, a lot of veteran continuity on this Kansas City team.
Alan, there's really no substitute for experience in the MASL. You see the teams with experience win games. Cedar Rapids this year, that was the key to their turnaround, was the Wave players who had that experience going there. So you're right, this core group of Kansas City players, they know how to win. They've done it consistently, and that's a real key in this league.
Patterson, the goalkeeper, with it as we get to the midway point of the first period. Drives it in, just a bit wide as he was looking for Pino. Pino able to get it back. Palmer trying to turn against Vandegrift. Chad pokes it away. Now here's Vahid Asapor, the Comets team captain, veteran out of Detroit Mercy University, former Detroit Titan.
Getting back to Vandegrift, Tom, he's just such a tall, long player, and he's got great athleticism. His feet are very quick and doesn't get beat 1v1 very often, reads the game very well. And the longer this season has gone on, he's improved as the season has gone on. He's really gotten into a nice comfort zone with the Wave.
Vandegrift in his first season with the Wave, his 4th in indoor soccer. And the Comets work it beautifully. Touched across and shot in the goal. Flores with a beautiful touch pass across.
Good execution by Kansas City. The Wave slow defensively. Vandegrift had the man on the ball, but the other Wave players not running with their men. 2 wide open Kansas City players at the far post.
And so the Comets grab the lead at 8-10. Still not sure who finished that one. Saw that Flores had the assist on. And the goal, Lucas Rodriguez scoring the goal for KC. So Rodriguez, the veteran out of Mid-American Nazarene University in Kansas, picks up his 13th goal of the campaign, also has 5 assists for 18 points. And Ignacio Flores with the assist. Flores having a pretty good run with the Comets here in his first campaign. Defender who has played in all 19 games thus far. Picks up his 5th assist. He also has 3 goals for a total of 8 points. So Kansas City able to draw first blood here. And we'll see how the Wave responds. Milwaukee will finish its regular season 2 weeks from tomorrow when they host the Chicago Mustangs. Make sure to check that one out, fans. That should be a pretty big matchup against the Mustangs, who themselves could be battling for a playoff spot. We'll know more after Chicago hosts Cedar Rapids tomorrow, then goes out to Tacoma on Friday. But that game on March 5th, a 2 o'clock kickoff. Call the Wave office for tickets, 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Meanwhile, the Comets will go home to conclude their season next Sunday when they host Cedar Rapids.
One thing you know about the Kansas City Comets is you cannot have a lapse in concentration the entire game. Marcio Leite, slow to recover defensively. And they just got beat down the field. Their whole game is transition, man. If you don't get behind the ball and work your tail off to get there, they will punish you. And we saw it right there.
They are the ultimate counterattacking indoor team, the Kansas City Comets.
And it's transition both ways. You get your opportunity when they're unbalanced, you've got to go.
Foul called. I think they're going to get Max Ferdinand for pushing off. Max in his 2nd year at the Wave, 8th in indoor soccer. Originally from Haiti, but grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania.
The good news for the Wave is they've seen this low-pressure defense at least a couple times this season. Syracuse came in early in the season, defeated the Wave playing that style, and then the Wave saw it against St. Louis where the Wave was able to defeat the ambush.
Patterson having a bit of difficulty with the Wave pressure, but eventually Kansas City able to clear. Again, Comets playing with a short bench tonight. That's probably also one of the reasons why they did not come out pressing too much defensively. Rampa's there to head it away for Milwaukee. Ruggles digs it out. Slides it over to Bennett. Here comes Ian Bennett. Tied for the league lead in goals with 49, along with Sonora's Frank Teo, and he is taken down. And a very animated.
Yeah, and you know what?
O'Dane Sinclair.
O'Dane Sinclair should be in the penalty box right now for 5 minutes for dissent. You just cannot react like that. It's a foul. He felt he got ball, but to go at the referee, that's vociferously. Look at that. That's just out of order.
That was pretty animated.
Not pretty animated?
Extremely animated.
In the NBA, you're gone. You are gone for that type of response. And I mean, Rich Grady is one of the best officials in the Major Arena Soccer League. Give him credit, I guess, for at least O'Dane Sinclair should be thanking Rich Grady for not putting him in the box.
Absolutely. Sinclair with it now along the near wall, defended against Andre Haynes, spins away from Andre, fires a shot in. Lemos has the short side covered. Stuart Grable able to clear for Ian Bennett. And the Wave will bring it up again. Milwaukee in the black uniforms with the electric green names, numbers, socks on their uniforms.
And the reason I'm sorry, Tom, go ahead.
Here's Lemos bringing it up. Josh, who has been a superb ball handler for Milwaukee this season, brings it back. But no, you're right, Art, especially so early in the game. I don't know that O'Dane's setting a good tone.
No, absolutely not. So early in the game. And remember, Rich Grady has about, 25 years experience, where O'Dane Sinclair has 3. And you're going after one of the premier referees in the league on the first call of the game. And it wasn't just, he went right after him. That's just out of order, man.
Again, Milwaukee trying to keep the pressure on. Rodriguez able to turn and clear it and keep it in play.
This isn't Leo Gibson or Vahid Asadpour we're talking about. While O'Dane did well in his first season for St. Louis, go out and make a couple all-star teams if you want to respond like that.
Sinclair, the fourth-year pro out of Baker University in Kansas. Same institution that produced our old buddy Nate Hauser, former star at Baker and longtime star of the Comets back in the 90s.
Now there's a player with some class, Nate Hauser. Fantastic example. Two-way player, up and back.
If there's a Comets Hall of Fame, he certainly would be in it. And as they try to work at the post to Marcio Leite, he's dumped on the play.
And there's the difference. I thought that probably was less of a foul on Johnny Sosa, but Johnny has a couple words, but nothing to show the referee up.
Yeah, they were showing Abraham Adon, but that was actually Sosa, I believe, called for the foul. Okay, good free kick opportunity for the Wave. Leite on the ball. In it comes Matos. They go to the end board, slid in front, and it sneaks behind the defender for a goal. Well, the Wave will take the good luck on that one. We're tied at 1.
Better lucky than good, huh? There's an indoor soccer goal for you. A little double pass on the restart by the Wave. And fortunately for them, the ball goes off the defender at the back post. Who was that right there? Is that Johnny Sosa? Not going to happen too often. A veteran player like Sosa, he's so good with the ball, but got it caught in his feet a little bit.
Max Ferdinand should get credit for it. He was the last one to touch. Max putting just the right amount of English on that one to squirt it through both the goalkeeper Patterson and Johnny Sosa.
The fans down there along the boards giving Johnny Sosa an earful. But Johnny Sosa, one of the best technical players in the league coming out of the back. Not going to see that very often.
Yeah, if you're going to have one slide through your feet like that, you want to be on the other end. Not as many people to harass you. Ruggles trying to play it forward. It comes to Pino. As we've already seen, he's got some excellent speed. Lays it off far side. Asadpour tees one up and puts it off the frame. Oh, Vahim had it measured, but just a bit outside.
Wave's got to be smart in their decision making on when to challenge. That's twice that Pino has beaten them in the open field to create a numbers advantage.
Pino, a rookie, he is one of 4 ex-UMKC Kangaroos on this team. Now Hain loads one up for a shot that's wide.
See Patterson do a really good job of getting out of the way so that ball didn't hit the boards and off him into the goal.
Pino, cross shot off the frame. Oh, Pino laying it off. I think it was Brian Harris had the opportunity. Harris gets it back, turns, fires wide. And Hain doing a nice job to clear and draw glass, as they will have to kick it in from the side instead of top of the arc.
Wave living dangerously once again. Kansas City beating them down the field. Brian Harris is going to go all game long.
He had a great chance there for sure.
He's coming out of the back, but you know he's going to go.
Harris, I believe he's a St. Louis area native. I can't remember if he's Missouri side or Illinois side, but
I think he's Missouri, North St. Louis. I think his dad played soccer at McLaurin North.
I wonder if his dad ever had a haircut like Brian used to have.
Tell you what, Brian Harris, one of the best two-way players for many years. Back when they were Missouri and they won the championship, we were beating Baltimore. They had knocked the Wave out that year. It was Brian Harris who single-handedly almost
I would agree.
led them to those victories. He came out in a mini game. Remember that one against us? Scored right off the bat. Scored another one, I think, in that same game. Then he went out to play against Baltimore. Scored a bunch of big goals in that series.
Yeah, no question about it. He was just outstanding for the Comets then. And as you said, Art, he's been a great player for a long time for the Comets.
I like the way he's improved his game time. He started out early in his career and was a little reckless with some of his challenges, but has really settled into a nice defender, and he can certainly attack as well.
Comets, again, working the ball very well in the attacking zone, and O'Dane Sinclair hits one up in the stands, but
I think Rich Grady should go at O'Dane now, huh? Come on, O'Dane, you got to put that ball on target. Let the referee have a little go.
Last minute of play, first period, tied at 1. Lucas Rodriguez, the goal for KC at 8:10 from Flores, and then Max Ferdinand getting his 17th of the year at 12:02 for Milwaukee. Off a double pass restart on a ball that snuck through both the goalkeeper Patterson and the defender John Sosa.
1-1 Tom. First team to 5 wins this game.
All right, you heard it
early
from Mark
prediction.
Kramer. Grable settles, sends it in. Ferdinand turning, shot blocked. Stefan Stokic goes to the turf to make a great block for KC. Max gets it back. Grable shot and a goal. The official, Brian Miller, right there on the goal line. Stuart Grable, the second-year pro from Neenah, bangs it in. 2-1 Milwaukee.
Was it Grable or Ricardinho? It was actually Ricardo there.
Ricardo.
A quick release that caught Patterson with his hands down. He never was able to get him up in time.
He's got the blue shoes like Grable has, but that is indeed Ricardo, the rookie midfielder. Only his second goal of the season. He also has 9 assists and a big goal right there. And again, credit the official, Brian Miller, being right there on the goal line to make the call.
I thought Stefan Stokic was fortunate to not be called for a dangerous play laying on the ground, but it worked out to the benefit of the Wave as the ball popped free right to Ricardo. He surprised Patterson.
And Nelson at the buzzer trying to set up Hans Dennison, shot just wide. And the Wave finishes the first period with a flurry, getting goals from Ferdinand and Ricardo to grab a 2-1 lead headed to the second period. Stick around, fans. We've got more coming. This is Wave Soccer.
Wave fans, make some noise!
Garcia lacrosse. Shot a goal!
Oh my,
Yes!
this is going to be something else. This is going to be something else, Tom. I don't know if they can go to instant replay, but I don't know if that ball was in before that horn sounded. It was extremely close.
And the shot, save Orberg, and he punches away.
Altman off his line way early, but Luan scores anyway.
Badger Max, for those who thirst for a championship. Made with all natural flavors and premium ingredients. Rehydrate, recharge, and boost your performance. Badger Max, drink it to the max. Find Badger Max at these fine retailers.
Yes, it's the Hulk Hogan cam here. That was how he scored its first goal. We're still trying to see who that was. We thought it was Max Ferdinand initially, who played the ball off the inboard that got through the goalkeeper Patterson and the Kansas City defender Sosa, but other reports have Eder Nelson. At any rate, Daniel Matos will get the assist, and that tied the score at 1, and then Milwaukee did get a goal late in the first period at 14:49. Ricardo got his second of the year from Ferdinand, who got his league-leading 29th assist. And that's what we are. 2-1 Milwaukee. Lucas Rodriguez had the first goal of the contest for KC. Wave with it. They go right to left as you look at the action here on the black turf of the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena. Ferdinand trying to bang one off the end board. Patterson, the goalkeeper, gets it. Quick outlet, and coming in, Pino, and a shot and a goal. And I'll tell you, Art, that guy has got some serious wheels, and we're having a hard time keeping up with him.
You've got to be committed in transition to get back quickly, and that time Pino beat the Wave down the field. Good outlet that time by Patterson. He'll pick up the assist.
That's like the third time that Pino has beaten the defense down the field, and he looks like he is going to be very difficult to handle tonight. Pino gets credit for the goal. Herrero's 11th of the year for the rookie out of UMKC. Patterson will get the assist. Stephen Patterson getting his third assist of the year. Tied at 2. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by the Wave. Kansas City will get it. The benches here, as you see, Comets to the left, Wave to the right. Back in the old days, they would be across the field, but with the reconfiguration for hockey this season, they moved the benches to the near side here.
You see Coach Gorin in the blue shirt there for Kansas City up on the bench. Got his hands on his hips right there. And there's Giuliano Oliviero in his suit and tie on the Wave bench.
Ball ping-pongs around. Wave comes out with it.
Thought if you were a coach, you were supposed to wear a suit and tie on the bench, Tom.
I thought so.
Maybe back-to-back road games, they allow you to go casual. I'm not saying Gorin looks bad down there, but
Well, if he's got a suit sponsor, got to believe he would have one on. Comets trying to move it in as shot by Ramon Palmer was turned away. Harris with a follow, blocked by Ruggles. Good collapsing defense that time. Nelson takes it away and he draws the foul.
Kansas City getting far too many odd man opportunities here. Sure, Giuliano Oliviero will have a word at halftime and try to make some adjustments, but really it just comes down to commitment and effort to get back behind the ball.
Well, right now the Comets looking pretty spry, despite the fact they played last night in KC. Wave, of course, off since last Sunday, but as we've talked many times over the year, Art, sometimes the team that has played the night before versus a team that hasn't played for a week has better legs to start the game. Chamale trying to get around Rodriguez. He does. Pass in is deflected. He digs it back out. Dennison swings it for Ferdinand. They clear out now. Let Max see if he can work his magic. Hammers a shot just wide. Rampa in tight for the rebound, but could not jam it in. Nice move there by Ferdinand. Just a bit unlucky on the finish.
To your point, Tom, as a former player, I always thought the 2 games in 2 days was way overrated. You play really, if you're playing 3 lines, you're playing a total of 20 minutes of soccer on the evening. You know, compare that to an outdoor game where you play 90 plus. Now that's tiring. If you play back-to-back outdoor games, I can see that you were tired, but indoor soccer, 20 minutes of work in a night, and I get the travel and all that. I'm saying as a former player, I think it's an excuse. Now 3 in 3 days, which we used to do, that's where you start to feel a little bit, but if you're fit, 2 games in 2 nights is nothing.
Hayne and Vandegrift trying to work it. Matos can't get the shot. He'll work it back for Chamale. Now across to Chad Vandegrift. Vandegrift, the St. Louis native, began his career at SMU, then went to play for his hometown Billikens before beginning his professional career with the St. Louis Ambush. 3 years in St. Louis and now first year in Milwaukee.
The Wave is doing a pretty good job of getting the ball into their target forwards. So now they've got to get better runs off the ball by their second forwards and their midfielders. Got to wait till the target gets it down and then make your runs. That time the Wave got past Andre Hayne before he even had possession of the ball.
Josh Lemos continues to handle the ball confidently out near midfield for the Wave. Bennett trying to get there. Patterson sweeps it away. Ferdinand gets it back for Milwaukee. Max scored one of the goals of the year last Sunday against Cedar Rapids, that end-to-end rush, which he chipped one in just before the end of the first period to give the Wave a 2-0 lead en route to an 8-2 victory. He has had some highlight reel plays this year for Milwaukee, as has his counterpart, Ian Bennett. Now Ricardo comes up to get it, trying to come 3-2 in the zone. And the pass across deflected. Vandegrift touches it down. Ferdinand drives it far post, looking for Bennett just wide. Ian circling away. Ian with a career high 49 goals this year to go along with the career high 11 assists.
Just saw the vision of Max Ferdinand, the league's premier playmaker. Was expecting Bennett to continue to run at the far post. Almost found him with a beautiful feed.
Max was the league's player of the month for January. Ian Bennett was the league's player of the week this past week for his hat trick against Cedar Rapids. 49 goals in 18 games.
Or he's going to have his work cut out with him getting number 50 tonight against this very disciplined Kansas City Comet team.
I see Frank Tyo regained the lead with 5 the other night against Dallas. Did you see the final score in that game?
I did not. What was it?
21-2. Solis defeating the beleaguered Sidekicks, who were still mathematically alive for the playoffs going into that game. But by the time it was 9-1 at the end of the first period, I think sidekicks lost a lot of their zeal. Turning shot and a goal by Flores. How did he sneak that one in there? Well placed, and Kansas City leads it 3-2.
Well, how he did it was to sneak it through the legs of the Milwaukee defender in front of Lemos. Watch this right here. It's Drew Ruggles right through Ruggles' legs, provided a bit of a screen, but that shot perfectly placed off the far post. Teach the young players, Tom, when you strike a ball, strike hard and low. Those are the most difficult ones for the keepers, and you saw there just that little screen that Ruggles provided.
Flores,
yeah,
who only had 7 points in 18 games. Again, he's primarily a defender, and he's been a nice addition to this team, but he's already got 2 points here in the first half tonight, a goal and an assist. So again, Milwaukee finds itself trailing as Kansas City gets it back. Comets going left to right here in the second period. Chamali heads that one away. Chamali and Hain trying to get it back, and they do well to do so. Grable with a touch in there. Grable, number 12, wearing the blue shoes, as is Ricardo, also wearing the blue. Now Hain turned, tried to slip it through Leite, inboard pass, and that deflects off Hain, but it stays in play, and now headed out, and that should be a delay a game, top of the arc restart for Milwaukee. A bit unlucky there was that Stokic trying to head it out of there, but he ended up putting it into the stands. Ferdinand steps over, Leite puts it off far side, and the shot by Ruggles broken up.
If you're going to attack the Kansas City Comets defensively off the restarts, you want to go away from Brian Harris. Intelligent player that time came out and easily blocked that shot to his left. Now Kansas City with too many men on the field briefly, as Harris was confused on that line change.
Out of bounds, but this time it did hit the turf, and so therefore will be kicked in by the Wave. That brings us to our media timeout here in the second period. 3-2 KC. Goals from Rodriguez, Pino, and Flores. Wave with markers from Ferdinand and Ricardo. Pretty good game. And your prediction, Art, that first 1 to 5 win this thing. I guess we'll see. Kansas City, though, has made it an art form this year of winning games in which they hold the opponents to 6 or less. In this winning streak, they have 3 7-6 victories, I believe, another 6-5, another 7-5. And a lot of these come from behind victories coming down the stretch. So if they keep Milwaukee to 5 or less, they got to figure they're in pretty good shape.
Well, what's really been surprising about this game, Tom, is we talked about this team in the opening, and you were mentioning it, as I was, players like Johnny Sosa and Vahid Asadpour, Lucas Rodriguez, the Palmers, right? And it's been Flores and Pino, right? Flores and Pino has really done the damage here this evening. And quite honestly, for Kansas City to come into this building undermanned, in order to get a result, it was going to need to be players like Flores and Pino who are going to have to contribute. So kudos to them early on here in this game.
I honestly do not recall Pino from either of the first 2 games these guys played. But I know he's been coming on as of late. And he came out like he was shot out of a cannon here tonight. Art, he's been very impressive so far.
His first step has been very good. Technically, he's been able to get past the Wave on the dribble. But his speed, his pure speed, looks very impressive as well.
He, along with Johnny Sosa and Brian Perez, who is not here tonight, former UMKC Kangaroos. They've had a pretty good program down there. So Rick Benben, I know that used to coach that team. I don't know if he's still at the helm there for the Kangaroos, but former Comets player who's sent quite a few players to the Comets. Between UMKC and Park University, another NAIA school in town there, that they've virtually supplied half of the Comets team. Both the Palmers are from Park University. Lemos.
Rick Benben, the guy you mentioned, was a former goalkeeper at Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. outstanding college goalkeeper and has proven to be probably even a better coach. But a heck of a guy, Rick Benben.
Yeah, he's put together a pretty good program there at UMKC. And here come the Comets again as Rodriguez was able to get around and move it up, but the Wave able to recover defensively. Milwaukee will make some changes as they look to tie this thing up here in the second quarter. Now Marcio Liete with it. Marcio certainly gives the Wave a veteran presence, coming back in the lineup last week after missing the first portion of the season. Marcio now in his 11th season as a member of the Wave, although he has missed 2 full seasons due to knee injuries and missing a full 3/4 of the season here this year. But he's back, loves to go to his right. Gets cut off as he sets it up for Ricardo. And both those guys, Brazilian natives. Wave has been content to maintain the possession. And Kansas City again, making sure they have things covered in their defensive end. So again, they have not been pressuring Milwaukee too much out front. Lemos now has all the room he wants. Josh thinking about it. He's fakes the shot, top of the area. Shot is blocked. Fortunately, the Wave is able to regain the possession. Boy, how about Lemos with a little cut on the ball there?
I would have liked to see him shoot it with his right foot. He's a right-footed player. He was just inside the yellow line. Chose to cut it to his left. He didn't get a lot on that shot.
Kane trying to post up Andre. Nice move there. The shot deflected and cleared by Sosa. Back to Lemos. Again, the Comets keeping it packed in. Daring the Wave keeper to get back into the shooting zone like he did about a minute ago.
And having watched Josh Lemos play this entire season, he's got a bit of bravado about him. I don't think he's going to be shy of taking that chance.
And he is knocked down off the ball. Well, that's one of the hazards if you're a keeper. If you're gonna bring it upfield, you certainly become more vulnerable to taking a shot. Look at Johnny Sosa.
And the Wave claiming for 2 minutes that time. I don't think it was hard enough to warrant a card.
A little bit of embellishment there by Josh Lemos.
Are you saying he pulled a page out of Gordy Gerson's book there?
Maybe a little. Ricardo setting up in front, sliding effort. Tenzin Rampa just off the mark. Kane hustles to get it back.
That time, really good timing of the run by Tenzin Rampa to get to the far post. Just failed to convert with the left foot.
Tenzin has just 1 goal this year, but he had a couple of assists, both coming in the game last week against Cedar Rapids. He has been on the rise offensively. And the whistle on the play, and I believe they're going to get Hans Dennison for pushing off the play.
It was either Dennison or Ruggles.
Untimely foul for the Wave because, again, they had the possession for the last couple of minutes and really starting to tire KC out a bit, you would think. But that changes the possession, and the Comets will work it at midfield.
Three lines.
Cannot pass the ball in the air over 3 lines in the MASL. That results in a restart for the opposing team at the line. So let's see what the Wave does here.
Jules may want to take a timeout. I don't think he's used one yet.
Has not. Wave has not had many attacking zone restarts. In fact, really nobody has so far in this game. Ferdinand looking in, and the shot redirected. Shot to goal! Hans Dennison off the assist from Grable. We're tied at 3.
Unfortunately for Max Ferdinand, he won't pick up a point, but he made this play with a beautiful look off the restart. He caught the Kansas City back defender up high, cheating on the player on the outside, and was able to find Grable. Look at this ball right there by Max Ferdinand. Split the Missouri defenders. I believe that ball would have gone in. Look at this right here. It was Palmer, I believe, that was cheating just a little bit to his left. You see Captain Vahid Asipor for Kansas City not happy with the defensive effort that time.
Dennison with his 5th goal of the season. Stuart Grable picks up the assist. Stuart gets his 3rd assist. As you said, Arts, had Dennison let it go, it might have gone in, but of course he can't take any chances down there. He's got to put it away.
I believe it was Ramon Palmer, Tom, who got caught, and it was a good head fake that time by Ferdinand to look like he was going to play short, and Palmer just bit a little bit and got split defensively.
Leite sends it in. Somebody poked it just wide. Marcio trying to follow, couldn't do it. Well, when you got a savvy distributor like Max, just one little look off the ball can create a chance. And again, big restart goal for the Wave to tie it up.
It was also the angle of his run towards the ball. He really did a good job of facing sideways and then curling it to the back post of Grable.
Robert Palmer heads it down to Patterson. Again, Robert and Ramon, longtime teammates, both at Park University and with the Comets, but they are not related. And here comes Patterson as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Turning shot by Ramon Palmer just off the mark. Again, Ramon's got his offensive confidence rolling after scoring some goals last night against Harrisburg. There's a foul off the ball as Flores put down Matos.
That was a great turn by Ramon Palmer, though, along the far boards to find some space. And unfortunately for him, he didn't hit the target from just outside the top of the arc.
Don't forget, as we come to the end of halftime, we're going to send it down to Van McNeil. He'll talk with Wave head coach Giuliano Oliviero. Get some of his thoughts and perspectives on the first half. Ferdinand, nice move there. Max lays it off to Leite. Bangs one in, trying to go back for Ferdinand off the inboard. Cleared up in the air. Leite able to win the battle. Sends it through. Could not quite make the connection with Ferdinand.
Well, offensively, Tom, the Wave has done very well in this game. Created a lot of chances against a very difficult tactic.
Ferdinand turning shot, a goal!
And the Wave continues to execute on the offensive end. That time it was Max Ferdinand. Chamale was at the back post, but it looked like that ball deflected off the Kansas City defender. The second goal the Wave has scored off a Kansas City defender. That time it was Lucas Rodriguez, who wasn't able to turn his body up the field.
So that's, depending on the scoring, either Max's first or second goal of the night. Again, we're still trying to get confirmation on the Wave's first goal of the night, which would have been him or Eder Nelson. We just were unable to tell from the replay. Leite gets the assist. He fed it into Max, but what a turn by Max to be able to free up for the space and fire that shot.
Give Coach Giuliano Oliviero and the coaching staff a lot of credit for their team's execution against this low-pressure defense.
Asitpour coming through, and Ruggles able to break up the pass as he was looking for Ramon Palmer at the far post. A giveaway here, but fortunately Ruggles back to get it away. Andre Hain trying to clear it out. He can't. Palmer coming through. Nice tackle by Grable to delay his progress. And so it was indeed Eder Nelson who got credit for that first goal, as they looked it over in the war room in MASL Central and decided it was indeed Eder Nelson. Less than 30 to go here in the half. Nelson, by the way, gets his third goal of the season. Ooh, Ruggles at midfield, giving it up, but at least he delayed the KC counterattack. Now with 15 seconds, Ferdinand. Max couldn't get past O'Dane Sinclair. Ruggles reloads. Ferdinand trying to move it across. He does! Shot a goal! Ian Bunnett!
to Bennett, and the Wave leads 5-3.
We've seen it all year long. That man scoring goals, and the other man, Max Ferdinand, with just a terrific look. Watch this ball by Max Ferdinand, splitting 3 Kansas City defenders, and Bennett with a first-time finish to beat Patterson to the near side. Look at that ball, that vision, that creativity by number 24, Max Ferdinand. And there's number 50 for Ian Bennett.
Number 5-0. Keep in mind the Wave team record for goals in a season. I believe Michael King had 72 one year, and that was when they played 40 games.
This execution offensively tonight by the Milwaukee Wave has been superb. You're talking about playing against a team, one of the top teams in the league, playing against this drop-back style. Impressive display by Milwaukee.
That'll do it for the first half. Again, the Wave finishing the end of the period on a roll, getting 3 consecutive goals from Dennison, Ferdinand, and Bennett to grab the lead heading to halftime. It is Milwaukee 5, Kansas City 3, and again, stick with us as we will send it down for Van McNeil to talk with Coach Oliviero. But great finish for the Wave as we look again at the Wave scoring in the first half. There was the Eder Nelson goal, one of the most frustrating surrendered by KC this season, I'm sure. Ricardo banged one in off the top of the frame. The great look by Max Ferdinand on the free kick to set up Grable, who set up Dennison to make it 3-2 time. Then Ferdinand with a great finish there. Lucas Rodriguez not quite able to keep it out of the net. And then Ferdinand, what a pass across the field to Bennett. Let's send it down to Van McNeil with Coach Oliviero.
Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner here with head coach Giuliano Oliviero. Jules, you got to be happy with what has happened here in the first half.
Definitely. You know, Kansas City's such an intelligent team. They can play so many different ways, so they kind of caught us a little bit off guard dropping off, and I thought we adjusted really well, and we got players that can break other teams down in numerous ways, you know, through their passing, through their 1v1 ability, and I think you saw a lot of that in the second quarter.
You've said in these games, play a full 60 minutes. We got another half hour to go. How do you keep them involved?
You know what? Our guys have been great putting full games together lately, complete games, 60 minutes of focus, smart soccer, and just energy. We're going to need that energy as well in the second half, and we've been doing it on a consistent basis lately, and we expect the same tonight.
And then you add in fans like ours, and that's a magical equation, right?
Absolutely. Keep it up, guys.
Head coach Giuliano Oliviero, our Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. More Wave soccer right after this. Wave fans, make some noise!
Take a miracle, looking like plays it in, heading down, Martial across, shot a goal!
Oh my,
Yes!
This is going to be something else. This is going to be something else, Tom. I don't know if they can go to instant replay, but I don't know if that ball was in before that horn sounded. It was extremely close.
And the shot, save Orberg, and he punches away.
Up and off his line way early, but Luan scores anyway.
Badger Max for those who thirst for a championship. Made with all-natural flavors and premium ingredients. Rehydrate, recharge, and boost your performance. Badger Max. Drink it to the max. Find Badger Max at these fine retailers.
Why are you here? Do you have a mission? At Cardinal Stritch University, we'll help you find it. We believe it's our job to help people grow in their mind and heart while preparing them for a career. In fact, our undergraduates earn an average salary of $51,000, which is far more than most colleges and universities in Wisconsin. Find out what Stritch has to offer you. Now's the time to visit our campus for one of our upcoming events. We're here to help. After all, we make it our mission to help you find yours. Visit go.stritch.edu/events today.
Go where the pros go for chiropractic care, massage therapy, and exercise rehabilitation. Goodyear Chiropractic Health Center, the official chiropractor and massage therapist for the Milwaukee Wave.
What others see is not a reflection of who I really am.
Pain from everyday wear and tear? That's not going to stop me.
That younger me, she's still in there.
With uncompromising orthopedic expertise, we make sure the state of your body matches your state of mind.
Professional Construction Incorporated is a full-service construction company serving residential and commercial clients in the southeastern Wisconsin area. You can depend on Professional Construction Incorporated for new home construction, home remodeling including kitchen and bathrooms, and home additions like garages, basements, window and door installation, and more. From start to finish, Professional Construction Incorporated can assist you and customize any project. Call 262-363-0886 or visit WIPCI.com.
If Pat or somebody else was still coming up to
for him here tonight.
Stuart Grable lays it on two, and Almeida comes in with a shot. Save. Shot on the other side, and Adamson. First Duke, then SMU. And ahead to the left side, and just like that.
First Duke, then SMU. And ahead to the left side. And just like that. First Duke, then SMU. And ahead to the left side. And just like that. Clark steps up, lost the touch, pushed off the play, and a bouncing shot. Clark steps up, lost the touch, pushed off the play, and a bouncing shot. Really come through experience a lot of times. Here's Dennison coming in. And it comes. And Tosh, they always look easier from up here, though, don't they? There's a shot and a goal by Matos. Beautiful feed from Max Ferdinand, and the Wave leads it 4-1. They always look easier from up here, though, don't they? There's a shot and a goal by Matos. Beautiful feed from Max Ferdinand, and the Wave leads it 4-1. They always look easier from up here, though, don't they? There's a shot and a goal by Matos. Beautiful feed from Max Ferdinand, and the Wave leads it 4-1. Broadcast now, takeaway, walking in, shot and a goal, Ian Bennett! Broadcast now, takeaway, walking in, shot and a goal, Ian Bennett! If Pat or somebody else was still coming up to at 36 seconds against the Syracuse Silver Knights as they Renault turns, shoots, just back that one down as he got cut off along the boards. Ball pops out, shot and goal!
In the fourth period, they were up by 2.
Back in 99-2000.
Go take a whirlpool.
There's a great crack. To back, Ricardo. Nelson fires.
Track all that.
Right to left. Quick shot taken by Louis, turning. Rolls one wide left. Rebound, foul. Contreras turning campaign. Matos lays it off. Centering for campaign. Matos lays it off. Centering for campaign. Matos lays it off. Centering for Ferdinand lays it off. Wave.com. Nelson got away from the defender. Here he comes. One-on-one against the keeper. Shot and a goal. Nice finish there by Eder Nelson. And Milwaukee. Wave.com. Nelson got away from the defender. Here he comes. One-on-one against the keeper. Shot and a goal. Nice finish there by Eder Nelson. And Milwaukee. Wave.com. Nelson got away from the defender. Here he comes. One-on-one against the keeper. Shot and a goal. Nice finish there by Eder Nelson. And Milwaukee. Vandegrift clears. Ambush sent it right back in. Be around 11 or 12. So, oh, what a ball.
You know, they've had some really, really good ones.
Burko! And as we start the fourth period,
a veteran player.
Corey Dahl with a sliding out to keep the zone for St. Louis. And
showing some resolve here in the fourth.
Burko shot knocked down. Good fourth quarter team so far this year. Score time, so Penn State did come back with a touchdown. Oh, look at Ferdinand. Time, so Penn State did come back with a touchdown. Oh, look at Ferdinand. Time, so Penn State did come back with a touchdown. Oh, look at Ferdinand.
Different styles.
Contreras with a
time about the process. And
Corey. Renault will slide it. Bennett looking for number 5. There it is. Renault will slide it. Bennett looking for number 5. There it is.
Badger Max, for those who thirst for a championship. Made with all natural flavors and premium ingredients. Rehydrate, recharge, and boost your performance. Badger Max, drink it to the max. Find Badger Max at these fine retailers.
Why are you here? Do you have a mission? At Cardinal Stritch University, we'll help you find it. We believe it's our job to help people grow in their mind and heart while preparing them for a career. In fact, our undergraduates earn an average salary of $51,000, which is far more than most colleges and universities in Wisconsin. Find out what Stritch has to offer you. Now's the time to visit our campus for one of our upcoming events. We're here to help. After all, we make it our mission to help you find yours. Visit go.stritch.edu/events today.
Go where the pros go for chiropractic care, massage therapy, and exercise rehabilitation. Goodyear Chiropractic Health Center, the official chiropractor and massage therapist for the Milwaukee Wave.
Professional Construction Incorporated is a full-service construction company serving residential and commercial clients in the southeastern Wisconsin area. You can depend on Professional Construction Incorporated for new home construction, home remodeling including kitchen and bathrooms, and home additions like garages, basements, window and door installation, and more. From start to finish, Professional Construction Incorporated can assist you and customize any project. Call 262-363-0886 or visit WIPCI.com.
Wave fans, make some noise!
Take a miracle. Looking like plays it in. Heading down. Marcial across. Shot a goal!
Oh my,
Yes!
this is going to be something else.
This is going to be something else, Tom. I don't know if they can go to instant replay, but I don't know if that ball was in before that horn sounded. It was extremely close, man. And the shot, save Orberg, and he punches away.
Been off his line way early, but Luan scores anyway.
Badger Max, for those who thirst for a championship. Made with all natural flavors and premium ingredients. Rehydrate, recharge, and boost your performance. Badger Max, drink it to the max. Find Badger Max at these fine retailers.
What others see is not a reflection of who I really am.
Pain from everyday wear and tear? That's not gonna stop me.
That younger me, she's still in there.
With uncompromising orthopedic expertise, we make sure the state of your body matches your state of mind.
Go where the pros go for chiropractic care, massage therapy, and exercise rehabilitation. Goodyear Chiropractic Health Center, the official chiropractor and massage therapist for the Milwaukee Wave.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Check one, check one. Yeah, now it seems.
I can hear him. Yeah.
Now it seems like. All right, so just about set to go with the start of the second half. The Milwaukee Wave leading the Kansas City Comets 5-3. Tom went along with Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer. Art, your thoughts on the first half?
Thought it was an excellent first half by the Wave offensively. Tremendous execution against a team dropping back into their own half of the field. I said 5 goals. First team to 5 was going to win this game. Quite surprising to me that the Wave got to 5 in the first half. So,
well, let's hope your prediction stands true from a Milwaukee standpoint. But I got a feeling we're going to see a few more goals in this game.
Let's just be clear. I said it was only going to take 5 goals to win this game, and it's going to take more than 5. That's probably the true statement there. But hey, you make predictions, Tom. You're not always right. You got to admit when you're wrong. I was wrong on that one.
But you were willing to stick your neck out there, though, buddy. That's what fans got to appreciate. But it was a heck of a first half. And I have to agree, Art, certainly from the beginning of the game, I was kind of surprised to see 8 goals combined in the first half. Here's Ian Bennett. Ian has one of those goals, number 50, 5-0. You score 50 goals in hockey or indoor soccer, no matter how long the season is, Art, that's always a major milestone.
No question about it. Remember going to Washington when Brett Hall, by St. Louis Blue hero, scored number 80, I believe. He scored 80 goals, Tom. I think it was in Washington where he got the record. I think it was maybe 77 or 78, but I think Brett scored 80 goals one year.
I think he did get 81 year.
Yeah.
Gretzky, of course, has the record with 92. That even in itself sounds incredible. But, you know, Ian Bennett scoring 50 goals in 19 games, averaging 2.5 per game. I mean, he is that close if he could score 10 goals between now and the final game against Chicago, where he would be averaging a hat trick per game. Uh-oh, look out, take away Ramon Palmer. Coming in, save Lemos! Oh, and the Comets thought that Palmer was getting held up. No call, they play on. Great save by Lemos, though.
I think he was getting held up by Daniel Matos, and then the Comets were also claiming a pass back by Bennett.
Matos sends one in, deflected by Ferdinand over to Bennett. His shot just wide.
2 good saves, one at one end by Patterson, the other end by Lemos.
Well, you know, in the previous sequence, it was almost like the Wave was conceding the foul, conceding the penalty, perhaps, to break up the breakaway for Ramon Palmer. Although, you know, it wasn't overly blatant, but nonetheless, could have been called. I don't think Milwaukee would have had a complaint had it been called, that's for sure.
Well, it definitely was a foul to deny an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. I think it probably should have been 2 minutes, a delayed 2 minutes. Yeah, I am. I don't know if this microphone is, sounds like it's been muted all game.
Headed away, Wave will kick it in. Far side Milwaukee in the black uniforms going left to right. here on the black turf of the UWMP Arena. Again, if you're just joining us, this game was delayed for about a half hour from the start, as took a little while to get the field down after this afternoon's college basketball game between UW-Milwaukee and UWGB, as Eder Nelson tripped down there, foul against, I think it's going to be Lucas Rodriguez. Nelson, who's been hampered by a leg injury. You see, not a bad pot for the raffle tonight. Do we have any tickets in there, Art?
For the 50-50 raffle? Well, we always get a couple in there.
I think we always get a few in there, right? Just
support the cause.
Yeah, yeah. Not that we're eligible to win any, but heck, we like to participate. Patterson clears the midfield. Now, Ramon Palmer turns, goes at his man. No complaints tonight for Kansas City as far as playing time. They've only got 13 players, so everybody going to get to play a full shift all the time. Dennison, little touch in the middle. Hain trying to maneuver. He got bumped down by Robert Palmer. Now Ramon Palmer trying to streak past. Vandergriff cuts him off. And meanwhile, Dennison is down in the corner. Hans initially came on and made that pass to Andre Hain. I didn't see what happened to him afterwards. He is down. Hans with a goal in the first half. He's a guy who has really played well for the Wave here, especially second half of the season.
You saw right there, off the ball.
Somebody took a...
Hans is holding his head with his left hand, but I'm not sure.
Looked like he had hit in the midsection.
In the midsection, yeah, that's what it looked like. If we get another look at this, he just might have got it in a bad spot.
Might have just had the air knocked out of him.
Yeah.
As you see the Wave medical staff checking with him there. Coach Oliviero doesn't look too happy, but...
No, it's not sure he got the wind knocked out of him. Might have been a little bit lower.
Well, again, Hans has really played some good ball for the Wave recently. You saw Ignacio Flores go over and apologize a bit, or tell him to hang in there.
Easy for him to say.
The Wave finished the first half on a 3-goal run after KC had a 3-2 lead. Kansas City has led twice in this game, 1-0 and 3-2. Robert Palmer able to knock it away from Max Ferdinand.
You talked about potential most valuable players in the league. Ian Bennett, Frank Tayu, right? Max Ferdinand has put together a season to remember for the Milwaukee Wave. Boy, what a joy it's been to watch this guy play.
Max in his second year of the Wave. Last year, pretty solid season. 19 goals, 19 assists for 38 points. He was tied for 12th in the league scoring race, second behind Ian Bennett, who led the Wave in scoring with 44. But yeah, Max and Ian both have picked their game up to another level. And again, the synergism between those guys has just been tremendous.
Back in the major indoor soccer league, back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was just a tremendous technical players. Max Ferdinand would have fit in with that group of players very well, his ability.
Speaking of Max, he's got it in the corner as getting marked very closely by Robert, who I'm pretty sure is not addicted to love Palmer. And now take away Rodriguez. 2-on-1 with Harris on his left. Harris lays it off the middle. Bouncing shot, save Lemos. Rebound, follow off the post by Rodriguez. Harris fires it back in. Lemos saves.
Wave very fortunate in that flurry right there.
Well, Josh had to make a couple of good saves, but certainly Kansas City a bit unlucky, but not that time, as they finally convert, and Brian Harris finds the back of the net, and KC back within one at 5-4. They kept the pressure on and finally converted.
Brian Harris, number 25, he's got a motor that just doesn't stop, and if you don't stay with him off the ball, he will find space, and that time he converts.
Harris with his 9th of the year.
Just raving about Max Ferdinand and the season he had, and then he coughed the ball up that led to the initial Kansas City rush, and I believe it was Ferdinand who lost Harris on that goal.
Lemos sending one downfield that just gets over the glass into the stands. We'll try and see who had the assist on that goal by Harris, but again, relentless work by the Comets after they got the possession back in midfield, and after a couple of near misses, they finally convert.
That's a great word, Tom, relentless, because that word defines the Kansas City Comets and the way they play this game.
Kansas City with a 9-game winning streak. Wave has won 8 of its last 9. So something's got to give tonight. With a victory, the Comets would clinch this Central Division regular season title and the top seed in the playoffs. Again, top 2 teams in each division qualify for the postseason. And if the Wave wins, they clinch a playoff spot and they clinch a bid for the 7th consecutive season against the Kansas City Comets. Can't get enough of those Comets. Centering pass there from Rodriguez, knocked down, or rather Asadpour. Now Sinclair trying to challenge. Good play by Grable to knock it away, and then he got dumped as he sent it downfield. Vandegrift able to break it up. He was trying to go back along the boards for Bennett, but the pass broken up. Now here come the Comets. Shot knocked down. Asadpour trying to get it back. Sends it back out to the near wing. Sosa with it as he will play it for Patterson. This is the only game going on in the MASL tonight. So the focus of the league is here in Milwaukee. And now Hain able to get past with Patterson retreating. Shot is wide. Sosa having a few problems with Andre Hain marking him up. Andre may have gotten away with a foul that wasn't called. But credit Patterson and the Comets defense for getting back and preventing an easy score by Hain. Flores tees one up and drives it high. Vandegrift to Ricardo, and the Wave trying to see if they can clear it. Good touch there by Bennett. Now ahead Nelson with Patterson coming out. Enter Nelson! Shot just high. Whistled on the play.
The Wave's going to get called for too many men on the field, I believe. As that change that sent Eder Nelson free, they're going to rule that the Wave player was not inside the dotted line. And it was really hard to tell. I was looking for it initially and counting the number of Wave players on the field, but I tell you what, slow call. Play went on for a good how long, Tom?
Well, at least
I mean, if it's too many men, it should be, the whistle should go right away. I'd like to see if we could see that again.
Second penalty of the contest, and the first result in a power play. It will go to Kansas City. So the Comets, who have converted on 31% of their power plays, will get the first man advantage opportunity of tonight on the penalty of the Wave for too many minutes. 7:08 of the third period. And let's see who's going to serve the penalty for Milwaukee. Wave has been killing them off at 58% so far this year. And they're going to need to come up with a penalty kill here to maintain the lead. It's currently 5-4. Wave again will wrap up the regular season when they host the Chicago Mustangs here on Sunday, March 5th. 2 o'clock game time. Call the Wave office for tickets at 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Your source for everything Wave, including tickets, merchandise, and summer camps. And the Comets, meanwhile, will go back home to the Independent Event Center to host Cedar Rapids a week from tomorrow for their final game. So here they come. And is that Ricardo sitting in the box for Milwaukee? Can't tell, but nonetheless.
Looks like it's Matos. Matos over there.
Matos serving the penalty. Oh,
maybe
Andre Hain. Well, we had about a 1 in 15 chance of figuring out who that was. So that's Andre in the box. Kansas City on the power play. Turning shot. Lemos makes a stop. Grandpa trying to clear. Might have been a handball against Comets. They don't call it. Bennett launches downfield. One thing about the Comets, Art, they are among the league leaders. In fact, second in the league, if you will, in yielding shorthand goals. They've surrendered 3 so far this year. Lemos with a great save and swept away. Chamali trying to clear it out. Harris got a piece of that. It goes high in the air, and Asadpour heads it back to Sosa. Sosa, Asadpour, Harris. Let's see who else.
Ramon Palmer and Rodriguez.
Those are that's your power play unit for Kansas City. Chamali knocks it away. He and Bennett on a shorthand bid. Here's Bennett trying to run past Sosa, but couldn't have the angle. As Patterson able to get it. That did use up some time. Still 35 seconds to go. Man advantage for the Comets as Rodriguez comes hustling into the zone. Shot and the save made by Lemos.
25 seconds left in the man advantage. Ian Bennett goes off for a change.
Robert Palmer gets it back. Now Sosa moving forward. Again, the Comets without Leo Gibson or Brian Perez tonight. Shot is drilled up into the stands. Robert Renaud is dressed for Milwaukee, but I'm trying to think, Art, if we've seen him. We have not seen him out there. And again, he was somewhat questionable with a leg injury that's also going to keep him out of the participating with the Canadian team in the beach soccer tournament, the CONCACAF qualifying tournament in the Bahamas, starting tomorrow, which Ian Bennett and Daniel Chamale will go. There's a shot in by Vandegrift that's turned away. So Ian and Daniel Chamale looking at a week at the beach at the Bahamas. Hopefully they don't get banged up in that tournament.
Patterson with a nice save that time on Vandegrift. He came out just outside the box and was able to make a save with his body. Did a good job to keep his hands out of the play.
Crowd trying to get back into it. Kansas City has the only goal in this third period. They still trail it 5-4.
A good point, Tom. Kansas City has controlled this period and effectively taken the crowd out of it.
Matos looks to Liete. Marcio is put down, and Tate Sinclair again started like he was going to be a little bit animated, but I think he quickly realized that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, the only guy that should say something there is Johnny Sosa, who got steamrolled by Andre Hain about 4 minutes ago.
Ruggles was trying to get it through for Max Ferdinand. Pass deflected. Wave gets it back. Matos to Lemos as Asadpour was coming off the bench for KC, and looking down for Ferdinand. Patterson gets it. Out to midfield, back come the Comets. Asadpour, an original member of the Comets, and he's been a good one. Team captain number 7. Originally from Toronto, played his college soccer at the University of Detroit.
Fahid, as you said, he's been a good one. He got a lot of the same tendencies of Omid Namazi when he was a player. Very skillful on the ball, intelligent player, makes good decisions.
Reads the game extremely well.
Tremendous competitor, just like Omid was.
Omid, of course, went on to coach the Philadelphia Kicks for many years, leading the Kicks to a title over the Wave one year. Ricardo, good job to cut out that outlet pass from Patterson. And now Nelson run off the play by Sinclair. Eder quickly hustles back to try and shut off Ramon Palmer, who somehow gets around him and Ruggles. And then as Ricardo went back to get it, he was dumped. You got to look at Ricardo. Brazilian in his first year with the Wave. Scored a goal earlier tonight. His second of the year.
Ramon Palmer, very good quickness. Slippery little player, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a good description.
And when the ball comes to him with his back to goal, he's got the turn with the inside of the right foot. Very quick.
Ferdinand gets it back for the goalkeeper, Lemos. Now Dennison looking for Ferdinand, couldn't make the connection. Lemos will go to the corner, and again, under immense pressure, and the shot is knocked up in. Again, as you've seen with the Comets, they won't pressure as a matter of when the Wave first takes the possession, but once they're on the attack, they're going to stay down there with it.
Well, they've changed their tactic here in the third quarter, and they are high pressuring the Wave all over the field right now.
Okay. Now we see it with this goal throw for sure. First half, they were not doing that. But they have stayed persistent once they get into the attacking zone with they are not making it easy for the Wave to exit once they get it.
Well, as a player, you get lulled into playing slowly and feeling like you've got a lot of time, and then all of a sudden the other team starts throwing a high pressure look at you. If you're not mentally ready. That's a foul on Lemos. Man.
Similar to high school and college basketball, where a team may not be put on the press early, but could do so later in the game. Of course, in the NBA, that would never happen because nobody presses in the NBA.
A Rick Pitino type press by the Louisville Cardinals. Is that what you're telling me?
A Bob Huggins press from the West Virginia Mountaineers. Or the old Arkansas 40 minutes of hell with Nolan Richardson. Those kind of presses didn't give you room to breathe ever.
Keith Tozer, the former Wave coach and winningest coach in indoor soccer history, used to do a really good job of changing up his tactics during the course of the game and throwing a low pressure look and then a high pressure look, and it was quite effective.
Now Bennett battling with Harris.
Harris got away with a handball that time.
Ian goes to the turf, picked up by Andre Hayne. Andre coming in, shot, kick, save, and a beauty. Hayne with a bicycle, and Patterson's got to make that save.
Steven Patterson has been very sharp here in the third quarter after a good look that time by Hayne.
How about that bike by Andre? Having a great shift here.
Well, the initial shot was what was really dangerous by Andre. The bicycle looked good and got a big ooh and ow out of the crowd, but it really wasn't a high percentage chance. Would have been a spectacular conversion, no question about it, but a little ambitious by the big fella.
Lemos pass broken up. Ramon Palmer. Sosa trying to walk in and sent across. Ruggles broke it up. And now Lemos comes out to get it with a bit of contact, but no call.
Love the job the referees have done tonight. They've been very consistent in letting both teams play.
Yeah, I would agree. They've done a nice job calling the game tonight. And that one cleared up in the stands, and Milwaukee will get a free kick top of the arc now. Let's see if Coach Oliviero elects to use a timeout. Check out that replay on Andre Hayne's follow-up opportunity. No, they're going to go right for it! And yes, they do! As Max Ferdinand puts it in. Milwaukee leads it 6-4.
We've seen the Wave take a more direct approach here in the second half of the season, and that time Max Ferdinand puts it in the top shelf. Missouri, or Kansas City, look at the movement in that wall. All three men turning their backs and created an opening for Max. Steven Patterson's job was to cover the right side. The wall's job is to cover the left side, but that was way too much movement in the wall for Kansas City.
Second goal tonight for Ferdinand, his 18th of the year, unassisted on the restart. Max with 2 goals, 2 assists. definitely a candidate for our PCI hardest working player of the game. Still a long way to go, though.
I always say, Tom, if you're going to defend free kicks and you're going to move, then don't call yourself a wall, because walls don't move. And if they're moving, you better get out of the building quick.
Patterson, the keeper, trying to keep the play alive as he heads it in. Wave just trying to see if they can kill off these last few seconds. And it looks like they're going to be able to do so. Huge goal by Ferdinand in the waning moments of the third period. Reestablishes a 2-goal lead for Milwaukee. That man there, Josh Lemos, playing another excellent game for Milwaukee. We go to the fourth here from the UWMP Arena, and it is the Milwaukee Wave 6, the Kansas City Comets 4. Back with more. This is Wave Soccer.
Go where the pros go for chiropractic care, massage therapy, and exercise rehabilitation. Goodyear Chiropractic Health Center, the official chiropractor and massage therapist for the Milwaukee Wave.
What others see is not a reflection of who I really am.
Pain from everyday wear and tear? That's not gonna stop me.
That younger me, she's still in there.
With uncompromising orthopedic expertise, we make sure the state of your body matches your state of mind.
Ready to go with the fourth quarter here from Milwaukee. The Wave leading the Comets 6-4. Tom went along with the Wave Hall of Famer Art Kramer. Well, Art, it's been a good one so far. We'll see what happens here in the fourth.
And special teams starting to play a big part in this game, Tom. The Wave with a restart goal right after they killed a Kansas City power play. And once again, just poor execution by Kansas City defensively on the restart. You can't move when you're in the wall. You just can't. Stand strong, don't move, do your job, block the left side of the goal. No chance for Steven Patterson.
As you said, it can't be a wall if it moves.
Well, a wall, like you said, a wall could move, right? But if there's a wall in your house that's moving, you better get out.
You're in big trouble.
Nothing good is going to happen.
All right, here we go. Fourth period. Wave kicks off. They move it right to left. Trying to see if they can beat the Comets for the second time in 3 meetings this year and end Kansas City's 9-game winning streak and clinch a playoff spot. Wave 7-1 at home. The Comets 7-2 on the road. Kansas City entered this game with a 2-game lead on Milwaukee at 14-4. The Wave at 12-6. Both teams with 1 game remaining in the regular season after tonight.
This is a big money game for you and I, Tom. One more playoff game means, because we get paid per game, right? Or at least I do. You may be a salaried guy. Come on, boys.
It's big money. It's professional sports, Art, and as you know, big money on the line all the time, especially when it comes to the postseason. Lemos, who has, again, been tremendous distributing the ball. And now Matos put down, a little bit dangerous with the ball handling in that situation with Daniel Matos, but he was able to get the call.
And Kansas City with an awful change here.
Here's Chamale playing it in, and we are going to have
what? Oh my.
Foul on Chad Vandegrift. Boy, that looked a little weird. The Comets initially didn't know what the call was going to be, I don't think, and then they changed late, and then all of a sudden Chamale was rumbling upfield. Well, anyway, Comets get it back. Vandegrift able to cover up and clear that one out. Comets again showing good energy tonight. They played last night in Kansas City, a 12-4 victory over Harrisburg. Wave has been off since last Sunday as it's drilled up into the stands that time by Robert Palmer.
Second time tonight we've seen Robert Palmer miss hit from the outside. I think Coach Gorin's going to have a special session for number 12 here next week.
Wave off next week. They will close out the regular season hosting the arch rival Chicago Mustangs. Their other arch rival, I guess you'd say, beside the Comets, on Sunday, March 5th, 2 o'clock right here at the UWMP Arena. Call the Wave office for tickets, 414-224-WAVE. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Comets pressuring. Stokic kept it alive. Now he swings it top of the area, and another shot up and over as Herrero Pena blasts it up. Pena really made an impact in this game the first half. We haven't called his name too much here in the second half. Don't know if he was out of the lineup for a bit, but he really was one of the players of the game in that first half, first period especially for KC.
And Robert Renault in the lineup for the Wave, number 8. Looked like our good buddy Scotty Fellows down there, right there, just got his headset taken off on a deflected ball.
Well, Scotty's worked a lot of games down there. He's certainly able to handle himself. Looked like he was shrugging it off okay. Van McNeil was getting a good chuckle out of it.
Scotty Fellows, a former Thomas More. What's Thomas More?
Cavaliers. The Cavaliers.
Yeah, former Cavalier, Thomas More High School.
Goalkeeper for the Cavs.
That's right. They won a state championship with Coach Tommy Markovich.
And there's a guy who literally has grown up with the Wave. His parents, Bob and Mary, longtime fans of the Wave. And as far as Scotty Fellows knows, there's always been a Milwaukee Wave, now in their 33rd season. Now Milwaukee trying to come up. Here's Renault. Wanted to get across for Bennett. Good defensive play. I think it might have been O'Dane Sinclair got back to deflect. And Patterson, the goalkeeper, was able to get it. Now Flores, he's got a goal and assist today. Fires one off the upper 90. Harris with the rebound. Wow, Ignacio Flores, that's about as close as you can come without putting it in. Ruggles wins that header for the Wave. Palmer, nice bit of work there. Just hit the ball. Still trying to get past Vandegrift. Chad cut him off. Now takeaway, Rodriguez. Looks across Harris. Palmer, Wave defensively, able to regroup a bit. music volume turned up extra loud here in the fourth period as Wave and the Comets battle. Good crowd tonight, good atmosphere.
Yeah, you said that, and we got headphones on. Thank goodness.
It is loud in the house tonight. What a game the fans have seen.
You talked about that chance by Flores a moment ago. A brilliant first touch by Ignacio. And then that shot hit the underside of the bar where it meets the goalpost. You said as close as you could come, that was.
Flores has it back, sporting the orange shoes. Again, the Comets seem to be, they've looked like they've stuck it in another gear now here early in the fourth period. They have been a tremendous second half team so far this year, especially during this winning streak. How many times have they been down by multiple goals in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, and come back to win? Chamali with a big block there, battling with Sinclair, and it deflects off Chamali into the Wave bench.
Well, numerous times, Tom. Numerous times they have, and because they're champions. That's what they are. Vahid Asadpour, the Palmers, Sosa, Rodriguez. These guys are champions, man.
Asadpour trying to get top of the area. Now, Sosa came through with a shot off the mark, and finally cleared downfield by Andre Hain, who desperately wants a change.
Brian Harris. There's no stopping that guy, number 25. If you want to win against this team, you've got to play 60 minutes and play well.
Nice block there by Marcio. Asadpour shut off by Vandergriff. Ferdinand trying to get it out. He's tackled at the top of the box. Harris with a couple of pokes.
And that time it was Ramon
Palmer again. Not able to find the mark. And I think they got to convince that fan that, yes, that ball does have to go back and play.
He's just going to show off a little skill there with his head.
Just in case the scouts were checking him out. Well, Kansas City had a good shift that time. Wave was fortunate to clear the zone a couple times. Now, Ricardo trying to get up for Grable. Just a bit long, but Ricardo will get it back. Ricardo and Grable both with the blue shoes. Stewart a little bit bigger than Ricardo. What's Ricardo at 5'7", 125 pounds. I'm not so sure. You have guys on your U12 team, Art, that I think that pack a little more weight than that.
Now,
but probably not with the quickness.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't have guys with the same technical ability.
I mean, he looks young enough. You could almost bring him in as a shot save. Lemos.
Lemos got the right foot out at the near post.
Boy, Josh continuing again now. Palmer got away from Vandergriff. Ramon Palmer able to get Grable low. Good recovery though, Vandergriff. Chad again, just relentless, and Sosa comes in with the shoulder. I don't know what he's complaining about. That was a pretty solid shoulder Johnny Sosa threw there.
Both teams getting chained as you got some tired legs on the field.
Uh-oh, Lemos with a giveaway there. Stokic trying to go for the empty net, but it's off the mark. Vandergriff trying to clear, was broken up, but eventually got it out to midfield. Sinclair with it. O'Dane Sinclair, Jamaica native who played his college ball at Baker, Kansas. He had never seen snow until coming to Baker. Of course, when you grow up in Jamaica, your chances of seeing snow really aren't a great probability. Patterson, similar to his counterpart Lemos, he's handled the ball quite a bit out at midfield tonight. Boy, this clock is moving. Not a lot of fouls. Only 2 penalties, only 1 power play, so we are moving along here. Shot in and save made by Lemos. Robert Palmer trying to use the defender as a screen. Well placed, but Lemos able to get out and make the save, and Josh continues to flash the good hands tonight. Vandegrift.
Very
Nice pass
nice.
for Ruggles. Swept away, but Andre Hayne comes onto it. Andre trying to maneuver. Andre turning shot just off the mark. Good turning shot that time by Hayne. And Ruggles almost there for the rebound.
Hayne had Ruggles at the far post, but he elected to shoot. And as you said, missed the frame at the near side.
Matos looking up for Leite, but he was going the other way. Patterson able to move it up. And now here's Adon, number 99. Sinclair centering, shot off the mark. Oh, was that Ramon Palmer?
It was, and it's been Kansas City's inability to put shots on target here in the fourth quarter that has hurt their chances.
Asadpour and Chamale, a couple of Canadians banging down there.
There's that turn again by Ramon Palmer with the inside of the right foot.
Drew the foul with 5:59 to go. Palmer's been dangerous all night tonight. He has yet to get on the scoreboard. Got to double check. He might have an assist, but he has had chances for sure to score some goals.
If you're playing against Ramon Palmer, he's got his back to the goal. He's going to take the touch with the inside of his right to his left. He's not going with the outside.
Patterson, the keeper, has moved up now for this free kick at the line. And it looks like he'll be able to get back without any difficulty. Pena looking across. Harris trying to work for Asadpour. Leite heads it out. Ian Bennett. Oh, well done by Ian to work through a couple of defenders there. And great job by Ian to keep control. That's some big time stuff there by Ian Bennett.
It really was, because it allows the Wave now to run some clock against Kansas City.
Lemos will send it down looking for Renault. Again, Robert did not play in the first 3 periods, but he's out there in the fourth as Milwaukee trying to close this one down. Kansas City has had the bulk of the chances here in the fourth quarter, but neither team has scored. Now, takeaway. Ferdinand walking in. He was trying to set up Renault. Couldn't get it there. Grable. Stewart, the man from Dina. Played at UWGB. Takes a whack in the corner, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Probably a good thing for the Wave that Rich Grady decided to call that foul, because Kansas City was headed the other way on a counter. And now it looks like, I was going to say, Coach Gorin was motioning to Stephen Patterson, possibly looking to pull the goalkeeper.
Might be a little early, but they're down by 2. Vandegrift trying to clear that one out. He does momentarily. Sosa gets it back. Now Harris back for Patterson. Well, Patterson looks pretty capable of going forward, so you can use him as a pseudo 6th attacker for now. Still over 4 minutes left. That is a lifetime sometimes in these games.
I think Gorin wants him to get back into the box so he can get a timeout. And Gorin
now
is livid down on the Kansas City
bench.
bench.
I was going to say, he started to get a little more emotional down there about it. Flores, shot doesn't get through. Hayne clears away. Andre Hayne, again, defensively, has had another good game for the Wave. Big guy continuing to get in shape after his ankle injury early in the season. Now ball knocked away. Hayne sends it up. Here comes Renault. Patterson back. Renault coming in. Renault with a shot just wide. Well, that used up a little time. And now Patterson trying to clear it. Hayne gets it back. Ricardo stuck a foot in there, and he's going to get called for a foul against Brian Harris.
And now you would think that they would take a timeout and get their 6th attacker on the field. Wow. Very surprising that Coach Gorin didn't take a timeout as he scrambles down on the bench to give Brian Harris the 6th attacker jersey. Why wouldn't he take a timeout there?
They have timeouts remaining. Probably wants to save it for a potential free kick.
Now, that was a mistake that time. Should have taken a timeout, absolutely.
Well, Harris is the guy. They wanted to don the jersey, and finally, Patterson's off. Harris on it as the extra attacker. Is that Harris?
Johnny Sosa.
That's Johnny Sosa, rather. Excuse me.
But the first mistake was not having the jersey ready.
2.5 to go as the clock continues to move. Wave leading by 2, trying to clinch a playoff spot.
And that 6 attacker jersey, Tom, the exact same color as the referee's jersey.
Yeah, that's could be a bit confusing, perhaps. Into the stands.
Part of the pregame process for referees.
So, official timeout. Again, that normally occurs just past the midway part of the period, but because the play kept going the whole time, we didn't have a stop and play. Finally comes now.
Who are the wrestlers we got here, Tom, from the WWE? Joey Gunn, right? Is one of them? The guy who looks like could be John Cena's dad. Huh? Looks like John Cena.
I think that's John Cena 20 years from now.
Yep.
Uncle, maybe that's John Cena's uncle.
Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn. I said Joey Gunn.
Billy, you're representing Natalie. Can you do it? I'm an expert at this game. Rock, paper, scissors. That's 2 out of 3. Are you ready, guys? All right. I'm going to stay out of the way. 1.
All right. 2:21 to go. Kansas City comes back with the extra attacker, and Wave trying to see if they can just weather the storm. Of course, you've got the league's best empty net finisher and Ian Bennett out there, and the league's best playmaker who can get him the ball in Max Ferdinand. So hopefully this bodes well for the Milwaukee Wave.
It's 2 out of 3, and we've got 2. So
well, yes.
congratulations to Julian.
Don't know if I've ever heard that term, but I kind of empty net finisher, huh? But you got a lot of experience on the other side for Kansas City. Vahid Asadpour, Brian Harris, Johnny Sosa, Ramon Palmer, Lucas Rodriguez.
Interesting that in the day Asadpour used to be the 6th attacker as well as Brian Harris, but they got Sosa doing it here tonight. Oh, ball sent across and almost deflected in. Wave looking to clear. Jamali coming out of the zone. He finds Bennett with the 6th attacker retreating. And a great job by Sosa to get back there and knock it down.
With the hand. How ironic is that? The hand of John Sosa, remember?
Yes.
The game years ago where it was Sosa that used his hand and the Wave got a shootout instead of a PK. And they went on, Kansas City went on to win that game. Actually, it led to a rule change where that same play now, an intentional handball to save a goal, is now a penalty kick.
Well, they called a drop ball there. Yeah, I think it was LSO with the shootout, right? That was turned away by Danny Waltman. Waltman now goalkeeping for the Stars. Boys. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll name our PCI hardest working player of the game as Ian Bennett sends it wide. I believe it's going to be Max Ferdinand, so we'll have the interview with Van McNeil talking with Max. Minute 15 to go, Wave leading by 2. One of the biggest regular season games between the Wave and the Comets in recent years, and right now it's looking good for the Wave. After Lemos makes that save, that ball almost got behind him, but Josh covering up. 62 seconds left to go. Milwaukee by 2. And the Wave and their fans are feeling it here at the arena.
Smart timeout that time by Coach Giuliano Oliviero. Let's this 6th attacker defense unit an opportunity to rest here. He's 1 minute and 2 seconds away from what would be a unbelievable turnaround in this season to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the outset, Art, how both these coaches probably deserve consideration for Coach of the Year, but Giuliano especially, taking a team with a lot of turnover from last year, a lot of inexperience to start the season. And after a 4-5 start, really, did not look all that promising for making the playoffs, especially with only the top 2 teams in each division going this year, not like where you had the top 3 of the past couple of years. But, boy, I'll tell you, the fellas turned it around. Credit both to the players and the coaching staff, and just an outstanding second half of the season for the Milwaukee Wave, and as dangerous as any team in the league going to the playoffs.
No question about it. 9-1 they're going to go here in their last 10 games against a relatively difficult schedule as well. It hasn't been a cakewalk with the teams they've been playing.
Well, when you're in the Central Division, which is clearly in the league, of the 4 divisions in the league, nothing is easy for sure. Kansas City, as Sosa battling with Bennett, I believe they call the foul on Bennett. Kansas City, if they don't come back to win, will still win the division if they beat Cedar Rapids next Sunday in Independence. Shot in the goal. Did that one go right through the top of the net?
It sure did. Brian Harris on that left side.
Brian Harris gets credit for the goal at 14-19. The ball literally went through the upper corner of the net. And at first the Comets won. Brian Miller, the official right on the spot, called it a goal right away, but the Comets were not sure that it was awarded. They went immediately protesting, but then of course it was confirmed. So 6-5 after the 6th attacker goal by the Comets with 41 seconds left to go in the game.
And the Wave give away possession right off the kickoff.
So the Comets still with time to tie this thing up. Milwaukee's had a couple of chances against the 6th attacker. Takeaway here. Ian Bennett gonna walk it in. Number 51 in the Wave leads it 7-5.
Nothing comes easy against the Kansas City Comets. No different here this evening. A wonderfully played game on both sides. But it's that man with number 51, Tom, is that what you said? 51 goals for number 26, Ian Bennett. And the Wave's gonna win this one here this evening and make the Major Arena Soccer League playoffs.
Beating the Comets 7-5. That's been a typical score for Kansas City to win their games during this winning streak. 7-5, 7-6, 6-5. Those are the magic numbers for the Comets, but not tonight. Osage pours shot to Flex. Leite chips one downfield, and that will do it. Big win for the Wave here tonight before the home fans. Our final score, Milwaukee 7, Kansas City 5. Playoff tickets will go on sale Tuesday at noon. It'll be the Wave and the Comets. If the Comets win next Sunday against Cedar Rapids in Kansas City, they would have the top seed. Otherwise, the Wave would if they would win against Chicago.
Well, those folks I saw camping out last night at Miller Park, Tom, for Brewers tickets, they could just move their tent over here on Monday night and get their playoff tickets for the Wave.
Oh, on Bennett? So like we said, Art, if it's the postseason in indoor soccer, you can count on the Wave and Comets meeting.
How many times over the last 10 years, Tom, have we seen these two teams in battles right down to the final seconds of the game? And the Wave, to their credit, has got the monkey off their back against this team. Because in past years, you just hold your breath and then watch something crazy happen and Kansas City pull something out. But no rabbit tonight in that hat.
Well, it's going to be, I can assure you, a very intense playoff series. Fans certainly want to get their tickets for this one in both cities. Wave fans, you can call 414-224-WAVE to order your tickets, as Wave owner Mike Zimmerman and MKA Sports Administration, Sports Entertainment celebrating today's game. And again, for Wave fans, call the Wave office 414-224-WAVE to order your tickets for the game against Chicago on March 5th. That's Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. or the first round of the playoffs against Kansas City, as Coach Oliviero has gathered his team around. You can also order online at MilwaukeeWave.com.
See Jules, very animated down there in that huddle. A lot of hard work that they put into this. You see Nick Vorberg as assistant coach. Two to his left, Dan Kinsey, who's done an outstanding job as a general manager of this club. Some tough decisions he's had to make this year, but turned out well.
Absolutely, it has. Great effort by both the team and the front office. And again, they can feel good about the job they did during the regular season. Let's send it down to Van McNeil, who's with Max Ferdinand, our PCI hardest working player of the game.
On the night, I'm sure that pales in comparison, though. Give it up for Max Ferdinand.
Hey, it was totally team effort, man. All season, it was up and down, but we stick with it. The coaching staff did a good job. The young guys learned so fast, man. But it's not done yet. Ready for the playoffs.
Talk about your partner in crime. All season long, you guys have been connecting. Ian Bennett, you guys are a magnificent tag team duo, for sure.
Hey, Ian, he's like my brother, man. We click on and off the field, man. It make it easier for me, vice versa. So the other guys to make it easier for us.
We got to put the hardware on. Put that hat on. Max Ferdinand, your Professional Construction Incorporated player of the game. More from Max online at MilwaukeeWave.com. So, here's the deal now, Wave fans. Your Milwaukee Wave is now in the Major Arena Soccer League playoffs. So here is the deal, Wave fans. Tickets go on sale Tuesday at noon. Season ticket holders, you have first opportunity to purchase your tickets starting at noon on Monday. The date and time of our playoff game will be determined later in the week. Regardless, we start with our ticket sales Tuesday at noon. The game will either be Thursday, March 9th or Sunday, March 12th. Of course, you can tune in to MilwaukeeWave.com for the latest and greatest. But how about some noise for your Milwaukee Wave fans? Playoff bound. Tom and Art, let's wrap it up. Let's go home.
All right, Van, in celebratory mood here at the UWMP Arena as the Milwaukee Wave clinches a playoff spot. Milwaukee improves to 13-6, 8-1 at home, and the Kansas City Comets drop to 14-5 overall, 7-2 on the road. And I'll tell you, Art, if the playoff series against the Comets is anything like tonight's game was, we are in for a real treat.
Yeah, it will be. It will be, that's for sure.
So, that will wrap it up for tonight. For my colleague, the Wave legend and Hall of Famer Art Kramer, Tom Wynn wishing you a good one. Once again, our final score tonight, the Milwaukee Wave at 7, the Kansas City Comets 5. The Wave clinching a playoff spot once again where they'll meet the Comets. Thanks to the UWMP production crew for another fine job. Our next broadcast Sunday, March 5th, when the Wave takes on the Chicago Mustangs at 2 p.m. So long, everybody.